All right, and I think we're going. What's going on, guys? This is Side 9 Podcast. This is going to be our first episode where we will be filming our recap for every main number pay-per-view every month. It's going to be me, FightSwipe, and MMADBM.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, so without further ado, we're going to recap the UFC Freedom event. Going forward, these will release Sunday, and we're just going to give our thoughts on the event as a whole and break it down. But what do you think, the DBM event as a whole? What is your recap?
It's been what? How many hours has it been since the events ended? Probably like 14 hours, something like that. I still have no clue what the hell I was watching. I lost my shit watching that. I was staring at the screen in shell shock when this guy was telling the corner that he can't see. Then he walked to the corner, told Alexandre, his brother, no mas. Never in a million years would I have expected Ilia Topuria to be quitting in a fight. I have my evaluation of it, but this is one of the craziest things I've seen in my life.
Dude, I'm genuinely upset. Like, there were so many moments where I thought he was going to fluke something, and it wasn't a great look for Topuria. And, like, we'll break it down more as it goes on, but I was, like, to my core, I am one of the biggest Ilia Topuria fanboys ever out there, and I was ready to call it quits by round 2. I'm like, if it ends, it ends.
Man, it's like everything is tanking for him. I got rookie cards in the back for him. I got redemption cards. Bro, it took the life out. It literally took the life out of me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, dude. I'm telling you, it sucks, bro. If you want to follow the sport, is what I tell. Like, what I've been saying to everybody after this. Like, don't get attached to anybody. You're gonna hate it.
If you're a fan of anybody in this sport, you're gonna get your heart broken, no matter what. No matter how confident you are, no matter how certain it is, they're gonna lose. It doesn't matter. Who's lost this year? Of the seven ranked undefeated fighters so far in this year, Khamzat Chimaev, Ilia Topuria, Lerone Murphy, and Asmat Mirzakhanov have all lost. 3 were finished. No, 2 were finished. Sorry. We still have Michael Morales, Josh Hokett, and there's one more, Movsar Evloev. That's it. That's all we have left. And if Evloev is going to be fighting Volkanovski, Morales might be fighting Prates. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on this year.
I think a lot of those guys are going to lose their O2 in their next fight, and I think we will see a lot more of that this year. I don't think anyone's staying undefeated, but we can we'll get into that later. But what are your thoughts on the production as a whole? What's your vibe?
Everybody that was arguing against me, saying that this wasn't going to be the best event in the sport's history, not only just in terms of the card itself, and obviously that delivered, bro. The theatrics, the production, the background, it was perfect. It was literally perfect. What more could they want? What more could you want? If you were somebody putting together a UFC event right now, you are somebody, you are Dana White, you are Hunter Campbell, you are whoever it is, and you're trying to put this shit together, in no way, shape, or form are you going to sit there and try to convince yourself you're going to put something better than that. You're not going to put anything better on than what you just put on. It's impossible. 7 knockouts, the first card in UFC history to end in all knockouts, albeit still, what's it called? Like, only, 7 fights? It is a very limited card. Yeah. I understand that, but all 7 fights ending by knockout, only one of those fights seeing a 3rd round, and it was Topuria versus Gaethje seeing the 3rd round. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Almost going to decision if they didn't throw in the towel.
Yeah, it went to the 4th. Yeah, so
it was fucked, dude.
It was wild. Like, he walked back to his corner and said, "No mas."
So sad, dude. I'm I'll give more of my thoughts when we get there, but that shit's that's gonna probably be the highlight of this whole card for me. But dude, from the opening though, Trump and Dana walking out of the Oval Office and they're going through the White House, they're doing their whole grand tour before going up to the balcony. Look, like or hate Trump, I thought that shit was so cool.
Yeah.
The air show over it, the production, when the fighters are walking out, the lights displaying their theme slowly as they make their way to the cage. I thought that shit was sick.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff I kind of hope they carry over into regular production because it was visually so cool. The White House being lit up in the background. Dana's a fucking liar, by the way, dude. I was told we were going to see the monument from the other side. I didn't see that shit once.
It's because they never panned to it, right? They never wanted to pan to it. But the thing is, I think the theatrics and the view of the White House being in the back was so good. You see that photo of Diego Lopez standing on the cage with his hands out like that? That was beautiful. He always has the most cinematic shit, by the way. Diego Lopez after Jean Silva had one of the craziest photos after. And then you end up having him at the White House now just standing at the top. It was beautiful, beautiful cinematic experience. Apart from the obvious political things that we could discuss throughout the entire episode, if you really want to go into that, we know how that works. I've discussed it. I've covered it, whatever. That's obviously important to note, especially at the time we're in. But we're trying to watch it as fans, we're trying to watch it as UFC fans, we're trying to watch it as fight fans at the end of the day. Whether we give a shit about the UFC, we care about the president and all that crap, who cares? We're here to watch the fights, and we're here to see the event itself. It's an event thing, it's a fight thing. As somebody who enjoys stuff like that, it's one of the best events. It's the best event I've ever watched in my life. It's as simple as that. You cannot argue against that. It was the best event that has ever been put on, in my opinion, in sports history. It was 100% delivering in terms of the actual fights, the actual basis of the event, and the theatrics and everything around it were beautiful. I think they set a great precedent in the beginning with Dana and the president walking out.
It was like I said, I loved it. We got a little bit of a delay with rain. I didn't see any rain. My brother was at the event. No rain at all.
Really?
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe they saw like a little bit of a shower and they were trying to push past it.
Yeah,
that was my
Dana
best guess.
Said it split, so it was supposed to go into them, and it split around the White House. It just like they got lucky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it worked out, dude. It worked out. I mean, in the future, maybe don't fucking do it on a Sunday. Maybe have it on a normal Saturday. Maybe do it on the 4th of July because that was that was panned perfectly for a Saturday, dude.
But they got to do it. They got to do it for the guy's birthday. So,
like fucking bullshit. And I get it. It's like Flag Day, Army's birthday. I don't really think it's that reason, but whatever.
It was Trump's birthday. Yeah. That's the exact reason why they did it for that. Like, you don't move it from July 4 to June 14 and call it UFC Freedom 250, celebrating the 250th birthday of the United States, announcing it last July 4th. It literally was all in line to do. Yeah, there was a very evident showcasing of what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, and like, I mean, it's kind of feels like two birthdays because and then the 4th hits, and I don't know. I already feel like I'm too patriotic now, dude. Like, we're gonna have to do it again in a couple of weeks, but yeah, man.
They said something about doing something for the troops, like an event for the troops, which I don't know exactly what that would constitute, but yeah, Dana White mentioned that in a post-fight press conference that they're going to be doing something with the troops. But not this year because the president wanted it, and he said, no, I got to financially recover from it. So next year we're probably going to get something similar in terms of it. Maybe not similar in terms of like the level of it, but in terms of like some high-quality production and being able to put together some sort of like American-esque event, I guess it works. And I mean, hell, the American theme in the U.S. has been pretty shit up until all of a sudden you have Sean Strickland and Justin Gaethje just taking the belts, 35, 37 years old and old. I mean,
not even just taking the belts. Who'd they take it from, dude? The fucking boogeymen from the
best fighters I've
region.
seen in my life. Two of the best fighters I've seen in my life. Like, it's nothing.
What the fuck, dude? I don't know. I mean, now I guess it's a good time to talk about. Let's break down the fights as a whole. We'll start top down, honestly, because obviously the Ilia Topuria and Justin Gaethje stole the show. Yeah. Holy shit, dude. What did you make of... I mean, like we kind of spoke about it. What did you make about the event, like their fight as a whole? What are your thoughts?
I said before the fight that the only way that Ilia Topuria looks competitive against anybody is when he does not respect them. You look at prior to the Josh Emmett fight in Bryce Mitchell, and Yusuf Zalal, honestly, like he came in on short notice, didn't respect him, and he was ragdoll and he was doing great, and they ended up gassing a little bit later, obviously with the whole illness and all that stuff. But regardless, like, there's that Jai Herbert fight, that Bryce Mitchell fight, the Yusuf Zalal fight. There was like another one I completely forgetting about. He looked human in those fights. He looked like he got taken down by Bryce Mitchell, and Bryce Mitchell was landing on him pretty proactively. He got kicked in the head by Jai Herbert. He was obviously getting broken down a little bit later on in the fight by Yusuf Zalal and looked like he was a little bit tired. When he does not respect his opponents, you see it in that fight. You see him getting hit a little bit more. You see his defense going out a little bit. You see him looking a lot sloppier, a lot like more wild. It looked like that in this fight. Alexander Volkanovski, he respected. Josh Emmett, he respected. Max Holloway, he respected. Charles Oliveira, he respected. As confident and as arrogant as he was in those fights, he respected the hell out of those guys, and he timed everything perfectly. His combinations were sharp. When I was watching, like, I felt like this event being outside, like I was trying to manipulate myself into any way, shape, or form into believing there was something in terms of like the camera work and it being outside where like the air is affecting it. Like the way I'm watching Ilia throw some of these combinations inside the pocket, it didn't look like anywhere near technically sufficient to what he usually is. I could not fathom what I was watching with his overhand rights looked like they were not coming in as sharp. The sharpest strike he threw was that rip to the body with the left, but like,
yeah.
He was walking in and immediately started leaning backwards when he was pressuring into Gaethje. I haven't really seen that from Ilia as much.
Yeah.
He goes in, he's eating these jabs. He's not throwing proactively. He looks like he's trying to find that big shot and trying to overpower him. But I really think it came down to just respect. It came down to ultimately you are saying you're going to batter this guy in the first round. You've said that every time, whatever, that's fine. It's about the way your purpose of that fight was delivered. Like, he did not go there with any respect for Gaethje to extend the fight, to work with him in the clinch, to take any of these shots. He didn't have any sort of respect for it. And when you see Topuria fighting somebody without respect, shit happens. We see it time and time again. He looks a lot more human in those fights when he does not respect his opponent.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. It wasn't the best Ilya performance I've seen. He had a few good moments. I didn't see a lot of head movement. His footwork, I wasn't really a fan of. Him just walking forward made no fucking sense. He usually will do a shoulder roll. He'll usually play like he'll throw combinations to throw
cage cutting is a lot better. His cage cutting was horrible.
It was shit. It was straightforward, dude. Yeah. And then it's like the ripping to the body. Here's where I saw the beginning of the end. I saw the beginning of the end after round 2, like at the very end of round 2. He was ripping him to the body. Gaethje falls. I would have waited for him to get like this. Easy to say from when you're not there. Obviously, I don't understand it. I would have waited for him to get up and then finished him from there. That's what I would have done. Ilya, I think grappling might have destroyed the gas tank, especially if you're grappling in the fucking heat that was yesterday, dude. You're not surviving that.
That's the one thing. So, like, obviously the heat and it being outside was definitely going to be a factor. I've seen Ilya go 5 rounds of battering somebody before. Mm-hmm. Josh Emmett, he beat the living breaks out of Josh Emmett 5 rounds, but Emmett was not forcing a pace. But at the same time, Ilya is not forced to be cutting much weight here. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I've seen that sentiment of people saying, why'd you go for the armbar? Why'd you go for the triangle and all this stuff? He's a better grappler than he is a striker, than he is a boxer. That's what Topuria is. But his boxing is so good and it's been so effective that he gained his confidence in it. He's going to go for it. I get he hurt Gaethje to the body. At that point, he had mount on several occasions. Mm-hmm. I thought he was going to posture up and rain. He didn't posture up and rain. It was actually pretty timid with the ground and pound here and there. He would land an elbow. I get Gaethje was trying to like explode and posture and make it difficult for him, and he did. But I thought Topuria had the armbar, just kind of jumped it a little bit early. He had the mounted triangle. The one thing is he couldn't get his right leg across and over the lock leg in time to kind of wrap around. I think the roll with the armbar was beautiful. He was so high level on the ground. It's just he went a bit aggressive on the finishes, and he looked desperate. He looked desperate on the ground at that point. He took more damage than he wanted to. His orbital got broken in the first round. The second one got broken in the second round. So, yeah.
That's the thing, too. And I think if you were going to grapple, that should have been the game plan. It shouldn't have been a panic. Like, oh, shit, he's on the ground. Now I'm going to grapple. I think you needed to go in with that game plan. And honestly, like what Gaethje does, and he did this in the Oliveira fight, too, when he tries to scramble out, he'll give up his back. That's what Charles Oliveira got his back. Ilya almost got his back. I think if they weren't so focused on trying to get Gaethje out by KO like they've been advertising this whole week, I think if they went in a little calmer with their game plan, I think they could have changed a few things. Because I think skill-wise, Ilya is still a lot better than Gaethje. I don't know if
I think him to win the fight 10 times out of 10. I just watched him like a complete idiot, and he was competitive.
Yeah, like little things. Like his grappling, if you want to grapple, that should have been the game plan. If, like, just throwing these, like, knockout shots, trying to, get your prediction right. I just didn't think it was the stage to do that. But fun stat, like going into this, because I did sprinkle a little bit of money on Ilya's submission because every interim fight, 1, they've never been able to unify, and 2, they've always ended by submission. And I thought that would have happened, and I don't know, seeing Gaethje's weakness to grappling.
I heard like the discrepancy between the knockout and the submission were like wild. Like knockout was like in the minuses, like 200, I think somebody said. What was the submission?
Plus 750, I think.
Ilya's submission plus 750?
Because I was trying to do it by specific round, so I think that fucked up the odds a little bit. I don't know if you just
in the 3s or 4s or something like that.
Probably. I was trying to like
ridiculous. It's still ridiculous. Like, I mean, I don't know anything about the odds, so maybe it's even less. But like the fact that it was that big of a discrepancy with how good of a grappler he is, and Gaethje is a Neanderthal like striker, like you're gonna go to war with him. And if you, I just posted a TikTok about this. Ready? Every single fight that Justin Gaethje has lost has been ridiculously competitive, and he has put his opponent through hell, one way or the other. every fight that he's lost apart from one, Khabib.
Yeah.
And he landed a couple leg kicks on Khabib, and he made him work a little bit. But I think it was more so like we didn't expect Khabib to struggle at all in that fight.
Yeah.
And then, Gaethje's landing some leg kicks and some conversations about Khabib coming in that fight injured as well. So that's obviously that. But you see Topuria end up going into that fight. Like, yeah, if you study tape on your opponent, and I mean, obviously I was also a victim of the moment, don't get me wrong, but I'm also not the guy fighting him. Gaethje has never had a non-competitive fight in his career that he's lost other than Khabib. Is Topuria as good as Khabib? Maybe. Did he fight like it? No, he is a lot dumber. A lot dumber.
Yeah. No, honestly, I agree, dude. I agree. But I think he needs it. I think going forward, I think he should I think he should work. I think he should go back to MMA, not just boxing.
He has to be active.
That too.
Sitting out for another year, not being competitive, and you lose to 37-year-old Justin Gaethje in the fashion that you did because his jab wasn't throwing his jab. He wasn't setting anything up. He wasn't cutting the cage off. He didn't respect this guy. He didn't respect him at all, and you haven't fought in a year. You just dealt with again, not to get into the details of that, but he just dealt with probably the most insane personal issue that he's had to deal with in his life at the bare minimum as of recent when it came to family, personal relationship, etc. All of that mental taxing that's come to him within the last year. And now fighting at the biggest event in the history of the sport. And you come in as a guy that has to be the guy. And keep in mind, it was supposed to be him versus Makhachev. It could have been him versus Arman. He fought a 37-year-old Justin Gaethje and quit. So be active. Like if his apparently a report came out. I'm not entirely sure how. I saw Ilya just made a little statement, which is pretty cool, like giving Gaethje his credit and all that stuff. But the main thing I took away from this is if your orbitals are not broken, which is what a report is saying that he has no broken orbital, which would be wild. I don't know if that's an actual true statement or not. We have to figure that out.
Yeah, minor fracture. I think I read that.
Yeah, get whatever it is situated with the healing. Recover. You took a lot of damage. Don't take too long. Don't come back too quickly. Get in the middle ground and get back in there. You know what I mean? Best case end of the year. Worst case beginning of next year. You do not sit out for a year.
Who would you have him fight right now? If
there's a contingency. Is Justin Gaethje going to retire? Because if Justin Gaethje retires, now you're going to have Arman Tsarukyan as a clear-cut favorite to be – not clear-cut favorite. He is the motherfucking guy to be – you got to have this guy in the belt. So it's Arman Tsarukyan, and then it's going to be –
Charles Oliveira.
They might.
You have to. He's so – Charles is – I was having this conversation with my friend. Charles is fucking disgusting. And, unfortunately, look, okay, I'm sick of the Charles Oliveira title shots, but, dude, he works for them, bro. He's so good.
What do you want him to do? He keeps winning. And if it's not the top guys in the belt, I don't know. He never got an immediate – oh, he did get an immediate rematch. Was it an immediate? I think he beat Dariush, and then he got a rematch, and then he ended up pulling out.
For Islam. Mm-hmm.
But, you have Oliveira right now with the BMF title. He just beat Max Holloway. And who else is going to be the guy stepping in? It could be the winner of Patty versus Benoit something. If anything, this made Patty's stock go up a lot. Patty didn't quit. Patty took a beating as well. So, Patty, Benoit on the knee fight in July. And you're going to have them there. It could be between them two. It could be Oliveira. It depends on how Gaethje progresses from here. So if in a perfect world you get Gaethje retiring off of the White House win against Ilya, well, perfect world, you get the rematch. Yeah. Perfect world, you get Ilya Gaethje rematch. Not a perfect world for Gaethje. A perfect world. No. Because the thing is, I don't think he deserves it. And I'm the biggest Ilya guy. Biggest Ilya guy you'll find, like yourself, right? You can't sit there and retire on the stool in the biggest event in the sport's history, the biggest fight of your life, quit as the champion to a 37-year-old American that quite literally had no chance, got a Rocky Balboa moment on your head, and you want an immediate rematch. You need to earn it. You have to. I get what he's done. I had him as the fifth greatest fighter of all time in terms of what he's accomplished.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean shit. Like, no matter what, at this point, you have to earn it back because you quit on the stool. You didn't get knocked out in a flash by like George St. Pierre did. You didn't lose in a split decision that a lot of people believe you won, like Hamza Chimaev did. You were down 3-1. A lot of people thought you 10-8'd him in round 2. I saw a lot of scorecards giving it 38-37 at Topuria, going into round 5, where it was 2-2 with him getting a 10-8 in round 2, which I can understand. Yeah. Because Gaethje was quite literally out, like it was done, and then he survived. Like Topuria put him in submission after submission. He dropped him with the body shot. He was breaking him down. Like, I can understand that being a 10-8, but I don't know. Gaethje was still landing a good amount in that round as well, and he only dropped him once. So like, I don't know. I actually had it 3-1, very very likely 2-2, but I don't know. I thought round 4 was Ilya's up until the end of round 4, where he shot for that labor takedown, and then Gaethje was landing a bit, and then he ends up landing that knee. Like,
yeah,
he stole it. I thought he stole it then. I thought it was 3-1 as well. So like, you don't get a rematch off of that. You don't get an immediate rematch of your Ilya off of this.
No,
I think you do. Gaethje, if he retires, more than likely. If it's not a rematch with Ilya, who's he going to fight? Arman? I doubt it. So I think Gaethje retires. I think it's Arman, Charles Oliveira. I think we get Ilya versus the winner of Paddy and Benoit Saint-Denis.
Yeah, and I think Ilya beats. I really think Ilya beats both those guys. Arman Charles is tough though. That's a tough for giving it 5 rounds. I like. Well, when that fight gets announced, we'll talk about it then. But this will be a really good rebuilding phase for Ilya. Like, I think this loss is going to do a lot for him. I hope.
It's a make or break. It's a make or break for his career. It's one or the other. There is no in between. There is no middle ground for this. You are everything. You don't really go from quite literally everything. There are fighters that go from top of the game to, you fall off. You go Tony Ferguson, you go Cody Garbrandt, you go stuff like that. But there's a different level when you are the person. You're Conor McGregor, right? You either stay there or you are done. And especially when you are who Ilya Topuria is and losing in the way that you did, you either come back like McGregor did and you go through a war against Nate Diaz in a second fight and end up winning that in a majority decision, and you don't let that discourage you, and you keep going, and you have the heart of a lion, and you become 2-division champion after that, and you go fight Floyd Mayweather and make $100 million after that. Like, even despite your loss that hindered your first UFC loss and hinders your career, it looks like all of a sudden McGregor's back and he's still the guy. So it's make or break for Ilya Topuria here, but he verbally quit.
Yeah, I know, dude. And it's like I said, I think personal reasons can definitely come into play. That pussy must have given him superpowers, bro. Like, he was killing people before, bro. Hit her up, get remarried, Khalas, get another win, bro.
It's like, man, I don't know what happened to this guy, but I think arrogance was the major part. Obviously, the personal issues, but like, you don't sit there and I don't know how you can go into a championship fight. I thought the time of Ilya Topuria completely disrespecting his opponents and having zero respect for them was done. It's not. It clearly wasn't. It clearly was not done.
Oh, dude, it's so bad. The last thing I'll say too, because I do completely agree with you, is like there was when Ilya was a contender, talking his shit, going after everybody, like stealing Volk's belt, like the McGregor antics. It was funny, and it like that fit him being a contender. Him being champ in the beginning, he was a lot calmer. He was a little more reserved. Like, he kind of knew where he was. But like, I think he milked it, and I think it was a little too much going into Gaethje.
I like it. I love a fighter who has never lost, who has done everything to make you feel like he's invincible. Act like they're invincible out loud. At the bare minimum, put on a show for it. Act like no one can touch them and belittle your opponents, even if it's at the bare minimum in front of it. It gives the fight stake. It gives everybody something to look forward to, right? And it also gives somebody more of like a desire to watch the underdog do something, right? You're either going to hate him or love him at that point. You're either going to hate Topuria for what he's saying, or you're going to love him even more. I loved him even more. People hated him even more. Like, I love greatness. I love watching people acknowledge their own greatness and play into it, lean into it, push it, understand sales, understand marketing, understand how the stuff works. He didn't just say it. This guy believed that Gaethje was a nothing, and that's the problem.
Yeah, I know.
And believed he was everything. once you believe what people say about you, whether it's a bad thing or a good thing, and somebody said this in basketball, I think it was, or football, I can't remember. It might be, actually, no, it was in fighting. I forgot who said it, man. It was like Bisping or DC or something. Once you, or Chael Sonnen, I think it might have been Chael. Once you believe, it was Chael, 100% Chael Sonnen. I think it was on one of his YouTube videos. Once you believe what people tell you you are, you've lost. Whether it's good or bad. If people tell you you're the greatest and you believe it, you are going to have a downfall. If people tell you you are the worst and you believe it, you are going to have a downfall. If people tell you you are in the middle of the pack and you believe it, you will have a downfall. You cannot sit there and believe a stamp that someone else puts on you. The majority put on you, no matter who it is, in media, in recognition. Doesn't matter if it's the greatest person of all time that you know. No matter what anybody says about you, you cannot believe it towards any extremity or any mediocrity. You need to be able to make your stamp the way you want to make your stamp. Topuria believed everything that people said about him. He believed everything that he said about himself after getting fed that information, after getting fed that hype. And he believed everything about Gaethje being literally nothing to him in this fight. And it literally led to his demise.
Yep. Yeah. I think going forward, the mentality is going to change. He's pretty mentally tough. Like, I don't see him like questioning himself going forward. Like, I do think he's very level-headed. Like, there's a clip he said too back in 2022 about taking losses that I love, and I hope he is listening to this. Where it's like everyone goes through losses, and it's like, you know, I may like lose, but I'll never fall. Like, you'll never see me down. I'll send you the clip after. But if he keeps that mentality, it's a winner's mentality, even in losing, dude. And I think it'll do wonders for him. But I do agree with you. Like, I think he needs to get off the high horse, and I think he needs to, like, every fighter needs to be like, have the same level of respect he had for Volk all the way to Oliveira, especially Oliveira. He knew how dangerous Oliveira was, but you know, he kept the energy, but. Dude,
but he still talked the same to Oliveira.
Yeah.
He literally told him, "I'm sorry, it had to be you."
Yeah, but he understood Oliveira being a legend. Gate and Holloway understood being a legend. Volk obviously understood like his impact in the division. Gaethje never got that respect even before.
Never.
Like remember they asked him about Gaethje. He's like, "Fucking Gaethje." Like he never got him. He gave him that respect. So that's the issue with it, dude. It sucks.
I don't get exactly what the goal was with that. Like yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, hopefully, we'll definitely not the last time we see Ilia Topuria. Maybe the last time we see Gaethje. Going off the second fight though, Cyril Gane versus Pereira. I got this one half right. I think you had Pereira by knockout, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, here was my logic going into it. Breaking off the fight.
Yeah.
My thought going into this was Gane is very good at not making changing up these like guys that making really good strikers look weird. And Ngannou, he did that too. Aspinall with his super crisp 1-2 going in and out of the pocket. Aspinall didn't look great against him. Pereira, that was my thought. And I didn't think Gane was going to knock him out. Did not think that was going to happen, but it was not the best look for Pereira. I thought he looked slow. I thought he was relying a little too much on like those little leg kicks I didn't see doing a lot. I think Gane played a Gane fight. Back of the head shots, but like, you know, joking aside on that, like he
dropped him with a jab.
But he dropped him, yeah.
And Pereira was bad. He was badly hurt at the time. Like, the elbows definitely did some, but like there were also a lot that were clean as well. Like I get it happens in finishing moments. Like he was, I think a lot more was like the tricep landing in more of a follow through to the back of the head than it was the elbow. I think people are kind of quick to jump on Cyril Gane for being too dirty in that. And like he is a super dirty fighter, don't get me wrong. I've seen him multiple times. Tied to Ivasa back of the head, the eye pokes that he's had on multiple occasions against other fighters, nut shots, all that stuff, right? But like there were maybe a few illegal that he landed on Pereira there. I think a lot of them were followed through with the tricep that probably landed, but a lot of the flush elbow I think was on like the side of the head or right behind the ear, top of the ear, something like that.
Yeah, no, it was a good stoppage. Like especially like when you drop him like that, like his equilibrium's kind of out of whack. He tried to recover. He scrambled pretty well back to his feet.
Right swinging.
Yeah. What I thought could have happened, I think Cage Side Convo said this, and I did have it in my head that this could have happened, is Gane is really good at winning a fight up until one moment where he just fucks it up, where he like jumps a submission or ends up on his fucking back. And when Pereira got like dropped and he ended up on top of him for a second, I thought that could have been the saving grace for him. But I don't know how hard he got rocked, but because he did not look great when he was back on his feet.
Pereira did not want to engage with any sort of aggression in this fight and immediately confused the shit out of me when I'm watching it. I watch him. I like the leg kicks, honestly, because you're trying to hinder Gan's movement because this guy is jumpy. He is quick. He is explosive for a heavyweight. I thought Pereira was going to be much better at distance. Alex didn't want to throw. His head movement wasn't there. If Alex Pereira, who has been slowing down considerably, evidently, at least at 205 when I watched both Ankalaev fights, even that second one, like he looked like he was still stiffer than he usually is. The guy comes in at 251 pounds. That is a tremendous amount of weight he gained. He did not need to gain that. With all due respect, Josh Hokett was fighting at 231 pounds yesterday.
Yeah.
He did not need to gain that much weight and weigh himself down. And maybe he looked slower. A lot of it is difficult to kind of see how quick he looked or explosive because when he did throw, he looked quick. When Pereira threw that right hand at the end of it was like the 1-2 combo at the end of round 1 and he landed it flush on Cyril Gane. Like, one, Gane's chin is insane. 2, he looked explosive. He just wasn't throwing. Maybe the cardio was an issue. Maybe he was worried about gassing and extending. But at the same time, you're fighting a fight to look to extend, unless you're trying to find this one big counterpunch. He wasn't getting aggressive. He fought very similarly to Ankalaev, except the difference was Ankalaev was walking him down. Gane was willing to be aggressive while on the back foot and circling and lure Pereira into what he wants and then get aggressive, right? Use a very different aggressive style. The back foot aggressive style is nice. The circling back foot aggressive style is nice to watch. The back foot, Leon Edwards, the back foot, like some fights for Israel Adesanya, that kind of back foot style is like horrific to watch. It's disgusting to watch. Gane's back foot style is nice. When Pereira was back foot against Ankalaev and he was willing to play no pressure, moving forward doesn't mean you're pressuring. Staying on the front foot or not being on the back foot doesn't mean you're pressuring. Doesn't mean you're offering pressure. And as Cyril Gane said, I had to offer pressure in this fight. And he did. You offered him pressure. And Pereira wasn't throwing. So like I said, I thought it made sense, but you got to follow them up. You got to throw your combinations in. I was yelling at Sean O'Malley for doing the same thing during his fight. He wasn't throwing combinations, and the guy was right in front of him to be hit. Gane was obviously making it a bit trickier for Alex Pereira. Throw your combinations. It's what you're known for. It's how you get on the inside and time him. Even if you get hit in the process, you've been getting hit regardless. I don't get some of the approaches for some of these fights when they know the better approach for them. Carbon copy from what's happened in their fights, right? Quite literally, the blueprint's there. I don't know.
I agree with you. I agree. And it's like, it was so weird because you're right. Yeah, like I wish he let his hands go more. He kind of did a little bit at the end, like very, very end of round 1. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, cool. He's going to start getting that hook in. He's going to start looking for, maybe, you know, doing the jab to the body and working up to the left hook. He never really got to go off. And Gane, like I said, he's so good at throwing these guys off their rhythm. I think, and this is a little similar, my logic going in when Pereira went up the first time to light heavyweight against Jan, I thought he looked like shit when he did that. So I think Pereira needs a little more time to accumulate, get exactly.
You know, Josh Hokett is a favorite right now in a future fight against him.
I think that's the next fight for Pereira. I think that's a pretty winnable fight. I think
sure as hell's not going back to 205.
Fuck 205. Fuck, there's no one at 205 anymore.
He's too big, man.
Yeah, like none of the fights even like really excite me. Like Olberg doesn't excite me. Costa, I don't really give a shit about.
Like even just the cut itself. Like he's 38 years old. He's turning 39, I think. Or maybe might have just turned 38, I can't remember. But yeah, he's not fighting at 205 again. It's heavyweight or he's retiring. Same thing with Gaethje. It's either he defends the belt or he's retiring. Yeah,
I agree. And I think Hokett should fight Pereira next. I think that should be the fight to make. I think it's a winnable fight for Pereira. Yeah, and like, you know, there's a storyline there, chomming on his mama, like all that bullshit. You could do definitely put that on like a big card, maybe MSG or something. I don't know. I don't think Hokett's gonna wait till then. I think he might get another one. I think he might get another one in, but I think that should be a fight they should do this year for sure. And then Gane, obviously Aspinall. If I'm Tom Aspinall, dude, I would go with a very grappling heavy approach going into this rematch. You do not like if you saw what he did to Alex Pereira, who was the best striker in the UFC, hands down, at least one of the best.
The thing is, with Aspinall, he's a bit more, I don't want to say telegraphed. I just think he's a bit more linear in his approach a lot of the time, which is why it's easier for a guy to kind of like jab him up a little bit. But he's a much better grappler. He's a lot more explosive at heavyweight. Seems a lot more comfortable at the weight, obviously. But you're also going to be sitting here now, and I want to make sure I get this fact correct because what's it called? With Tom Aspinall, like he went a year and a half off against Gane. Oh, he said, by the way, that he'd be down for September in Paris. So maybe he is starting to get ready a little bit. Maybe he is. Maybe he's sooner to return than we think, and Gane wants to return ASAP. So he took no damage. You never know.
Was at the Hall fight. He was using his eyes, bro. I think he can do it. I think that's a very easy. What I like about the heavyweight fights too, it does not take a lot to prep. Like you really just have to, do your fight camp. Like wait, no weight cut.
Ready? Well, it depends on how out of shape they get, right?
Yeah.
But Tom Aspinall last fought July 27, 2024 against Curtis Blades in a fight that actually happened. That fight lasted 1 minute. Prior to that, it was November 11, 2023. Fight lasted a minute. Prior to that was July 2023. Fight lasted a minute. He waited a year and a half to fight Cyril Gane. Fight lasted 4.5 minutes. Couldn't finish it. Didn't get the octagon time he wanted. Fight didn't happen, basically. And now it's going to be by September-ish. It would be basically a full, 2 to 2.5 years. It's 2.5 years of Tom Aspinall not necessarily having much octagon time. 2.5 years and you don't fight.
If you have it in front of you, has he even had enough time to fill in a main event? Has he been in the octagon for 25 minutes within the UFC? Oh,
in the UFC?
Yeah.
Oh, cumulatively, you mean?
Yeah, cumulatively. Does he have?
No,
he's not. That's crazy.
So yeah, Jake Caldier, 45 seconds. Alan Badeau, minute 35. So that's it's gonna be 2-ish minutes. Then you have Andrei Arlovsky, round 2. That's his only round 2, by the way. A minute and 9 in, so it's another 6 minutes. So we're at 8, 9, 2.5 for Sergey Spivak. We're at I'm gonna go 11. Alexander Volkov, I'm gonna run it. So that's 4 minutes for Alexander Volkov. We're at 15. Curtis Blades knee injury, 15 seconds into the 15 seconds. That's insane. Marcin Tybura, minute, and is 3 after that. So that's 18, 19 minutes, and then with Gane, that's 23.
Yeah, dude, we still
hasn't fought 25 minutes in the UFC period altogether. He's had how many fights in the UFC now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, including Gane, 10 fights in the UFC. Hasn't fought 25 minutes in the octagon, and he's now he's going to be 2.5 years off of no fights. If you include the Gane one, okay, yeah, it would have been another year. But I essentially 2.5 years of no octagon time.
He's not training.
And the last time he was in there was a minute.
It's gonna be a tough ask for Aspinall. I think do not trade. Do not trade with Gane. I think if you weren't convinced before.
Oh no, I completely disagree. Trade with him. Get in the pocket and trade. That's your shot. You don't play at distance. You don't play this dumbass game of trying to play timing with him. Don't try to be the better striker. You are not going to prove anything if you're the better striker against this guy at distance. Don't do that. Why entertain his game? You either grapple or you force a fight all the way in or all the way out. There is nothing else about it. No distance. Don't play that game. You learn to cut off. You learn to move laterally. You learn to time the way this guy's moving, and you blitz. It is as simple as that. Don't telegraph it. Set it up with something and get fully inside. Do not play this game of playing on the outside of this guy. Do not entertain his back foot. Do not entertain his circling motion. Don't play that game.
I agree. And I think with Aspinall too, because honestly, with how you said it, I think that's a little bit better than what I was trying to make out. But yeah, I agree though. Don't be outside the pocket. My thing is for Aspinall, grapple. Tom Aspinall's grappling style is aggressive. He will charge at you, push you against the fence. He's a strong dude. I think that's got to be the approach. Do not trade. I really don't think you should trade.
That card right there, the one I'm pointing at. It's out of 25 auto Tom Aspinall. This guy loses to Cyril Gane. He's got an enemy. I can't do that.
Dude, man. That's how many title fights has Gane had now?
That's his 5th.
This is
2
5th.
interim, 3 undisputed. Derek Lewis, and obviously Alex Fair for the interim, and then Jones and Gato Aspinall.
That's crazy, dude. Not one on. He's had more title fights than Ilya Topuria. It's fucking hilarious.
Second ever 2-time interim champion in the UFC. Only other one being Justin Gaethje, who's now officially an undisputed champion, which is insane.
Yeah, dude. It's oh my god. It's I don't know. That whole fight I've considered kind of anticlimactic, honestly. Because obviously, you wanted the triple champ. It would have been a little cooler for the storyline, but whatever. I get it. But yeah, going off our next fight, Sean O'Malley versus Ariel Helwani. This is a vintage. I thought it was a vintage O'Malley performance. I do agree with you because I know we talked about it in the beginning. Few things he could have done a little differently.
It's frustrating first round. Frustrating first round to watch. Okay, you look quicker. He gave you front foot. Don't know what the hell Zahabi was doing. He gave O'Malley the front foot instantly. The moment the fight started, he moved to the center of the octagon and then started circling backwards. I couldn't believe I saw that. And then O'Malley's moving forward and he's not getting aggressive. He gave you everything you wanted. He's already slower than you. He wants to grapple, but he's not showing it. And clearly he's given the back foot, so he's not going to have his explosiveness going into it. Zahabi's not an athlete. He's older, he's slower, and he's on the back foot. And you're the better striker, and you're longer. You're more durable than this guy is. Like, I mean, I'm confused exactly what O'Malley was a little bit worried about in the first round, but he gave Zahabi a reason to have success in the first. I still had O'Malley in the first round pretty close, and then, yeah, it was just he found the shot he wanted, I guess.
I agree. And Zahabi's plan was weird, too. He was really spamming that leg kick. I don't know if they were, like, trying to, like, maybe fluke another, like, Cheeto Vera, like, result. It was very weird. I don't know if I'm, like, trying to look at the stats right now. I don't really know if he really let his hands go all that much, dude.
Seriously. But O'Malley's one of the hardest guys to hit up top. Like, statistically, he's one of the best defensive strikers to the head.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason Merab even had success, like, striking with him is because, like, obviously Merab will, like, you know, fake a takedown, break up from the clinch, hit him a few times before resetting. Zahabi doesn't, like, shoot. He doesn't do, like, any takedowns, which, like, you bring that up in the press conference, too, like, his weakness to wrestling. That made me think you were going to wrestle a little bit. I know Zahabi only had one takedown in the UFC, but, dude, having the GSP and Fire Zahabi in your corner, bro, they weren't telling you to wrestle? Like, what was the game plan here going into it? It wasn't a good performance by Zahabi. And I do agree O'Malley could have capitalized a lot more. I'm glad he was able to finish him because I honestly thought it was going to be another masterclass decision. The fact that O'Malley was able to KO him, like, great. But, like, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? What the hell was Zahabi thinking going into this?
I think they know they're limited. I think they know that he's 38 years old, 37, 38 years old. Despite his win streak, it's been honestly, like, pretty much handed out. Like, the Cheeto Vera one was a little bit shaky, but Vera's also on a pretty steep downfall. I thought Aldo won all 3 rounds, and Zahabi ends up winning the decision, albeit at home as well in Canada. So, yeah, I mean, like, I don't see enough justification for the way that all went, honestly. I don't see how Zahabi could be coming into this fight and people believed he was going to win. I never understood that. One of my more confident predictions were O'Malley was going to knock him out. But to be fair, I thought Pereira and Lily Tour were also going to win. But, you know, it's...
Fucking same, dude.
I'm not taking this shit, by the way. The people saying that, like, you picked Ilya, you picked Khamzat. My man, those are the 2 biggest upsets in the history of the damn sport. Like, Sean Strickland is the first ever fighter in the history of the sport to win 2 championships as a plus 300 underdog or greater. 2. And look who he beat doing it. And then, I mean, bro, I'm not even going to talk about Katoria Gaethje, man. I can't go over that.
Dude, the one thing, though.
I still can't believe it.
I'm going to go back to that, too, because the one fucking thing I had where it's like I could, like, you know, coping with the Strickland thing, because I said this before going into the Khamzat fight. Strickland, stylistically, has the best shot to beat Khamzat. He could have been 20% at the time, but I still thought he had the best style to do it. I didn't think he was going to win, but Gaethje was the 4th best fucking lightweight of all time, dude, of the division, dude. I had Max, Armin, Charles.
I didn't even think he was top 5. I had Ilya, Oliveira. I thought Benoit Saint-Denis would whoop him because Gaethje really, with his grappling, like, he doesn't have much of a threat to give. Poirier had the guillotine over and over and over again, and typically just like we've seen historically, much better as a scrambler, much better as a jiu-jitsu defense player on the ground. We saw it against Makhachev, right? Like, okay, who else? Oliveira. I had Ilya Oliveira, Arman, Benoit Saint-Denis, Mauricio Houfi. I think those are 5 that I had over Gaethje.
Max,
like,
I never said Max, but
Max beat the shit out of him, so that's another one. That's 6. I had him at number 7. He's 37 years old,
dude.
This guy was an underdog to Paddy Pimblett to start the year, by the way. 2-1 underdog, 2.5 to 1 underdog to start against Paddy Pimblett this year, and now he just beat Elite 4. He made him quit.
I know.
He made him quit.
I had him beating Paddy, but fucking Ilya, bro. Whatever. I don't know. That's all I could honestly. And I don't know.
For O'Malley. He's gonna steal a title shot.
O'Malley for sure. Yeah, I think he's gonna steal it. I don't think they're gonna give him Umar. No
Jan
shot.
wins. Jan beats Merab again. You do a Jan O'Malley 3. Merab beats Jan in the trilogy. You do Merab Umar too, or Merab versus the winner of Umar versus Song.
I think if Merab wins, if O'Malley, I don't know. You think O'Malley will sit out there, or do you think that he would try to be a good person and fight Umar before getting the title shot?
Yeah, you're damn right if you think O'Malley's gonna fight him. They called it a title eliminator, so
It's fucked up, bro. It's only a title eliminator if fucking O'Malley won, bro.
yeah, the hobby. I mean, he was on a win streak enough, and I mean, to be fair, I still think the hobby might have gotten it because they don't like Umar enough. It's GSP's guy. It's they have lineage. Like, there's a good reason for it. 8-fight win streak or 7-fight win streak at that time would have been, and he would have beaten O'Malley. So
yeah,
it would have been forced, maybe. But I mean, UFC's never forced to do anything, regardless if it's right or wrong.
Yeah, but without going off that, we're not going to see fucking O'Malley for probably until next year.
Yeah, no, 100%. Right. He's not getting that fight this year. It's not happening. It's Merab has been promised over and over again as he's told us that it's going to be him versus Jan and that he's ready, and they're waiting on Jan, and they're going to be fighting in the summer. So it's either going to be August or it's going to be September. So I don't know.
Yeah, which if Jan wins, I don't see Jan fighting again, but within the year, I don't see it. Merab, I think if Merab wins.
No way. I think beginning of next year, no matter what, for both of them. There are also so many title fights for the UFC to put on. Like, they have, so women's strawweight finally got booked. Valentina still yet to be booked. Nunes and Harrison still yet to be booked. That's a big one. What's it called?
Volk has a fight coming up.
Volkanovski and Loy of September, right?
Yeah.
Van is going to defend again 100%. Him versus Pantoja is going to be live. You have Jan Merab 3. That's already going to be there. I doubt he's going to defend again. You have, what else? Machis is going to be defending in August. Gaethje, we're going to find out. If Gaethje wants to stay, we're going to find out very soon. Very soon. Because if he retires on a high note. We're going to get Arman and Oliveira in there as soon as possible. That lightweight title is going to be booked immediately. That's going to be the rematch, Arman Oliveira. Some people thought Oliveira won that fight. Completely delusional out of the damn minds. Arman Saruki, this is an Oliveira poster, by the way, for people that lose their damn minds. Yeah. By the way, I need Oliveira to win. There's a patch auto I have out of 25 of Oliveira right there. I've got another out of 25 Oliveira, another out of 50. Financially, it benefits me. Speaking of, by the way, I had an out of 8 Sean Strickland, which is I'm about to sell it right now, actually, on auction. Out of 8 Sean Strickland against Chimaev, and I financially benefit off of that because of the card. I get an out of 25 Topps Chrome Sapphire Justin Gaethje. I think like Saturday or something, or Saturday or Sunday of last week, before this White House week. And I'm like, I'm just gonna put him up for bid because it's Justin Gaethje. Like, he's getting the shit being out of him, and all of a sudden, like, he's there. And now the card skyrocketed in value, and people are actually bidding on it. I financially benefited on accident on 2 of the most egregious upsets in the sports history.
Yep. Those causing me worse than money, brother.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. But that's good for that, man. And then Hokett Lewis. About as much as you expect. I thought Hokett's. Here's the thing with wrestlers, dude, and especially doing it at heavyweight against a guy like Lewis. You pressure that motherfucker, he's going down. Like, he's gonna quit.
I think Hockett looked a lot better than I could have ever imagined, honestly. Like, he was timing, he was explosive, his distance management was honestly the thing, like, for me there. Like, I think he was managing his distance so well. Maybe attributed to him a lot. Maybe attributed to Lewis being horrible, like, and old and slow and gassed. Like, yeah, so. I don't know. I think he's championship level. Like, I think him, Aspinall, gone, sick fights. Him, Aspinall's a weird one to think about, isn't it? Because, like, can you see Aspinall getting grappled? But at the same time, like, how does Aspinall look on the feet? Like, you'd think Aspinall would probably starch him. But
I think he could. I think he could. I don't know if this is going to be a hot take. I don't know where people are putting Hockett right now, but I think you should do the Hockett Pavlovich fight if you're not going to book him with Pereira.
If it's
that
not
was my thought going into it.
And that's a test, by the way.
He's still there.
That's like, you're fighting a brute. You're fighting a guy that can take your head off in a second. If you can take him down, we're getting into some conversations. His hand speed's ridiculous, and he's notoriously durable apart from Aspinall bonking him over the head and putting him out cold. So that's a
good test. That's a good test. I thought Hockett was.
Then there's Volkov just sitting there in the blind, like he's just one of the lamest fighters you could have out there right now. It is embarrassing, and he's by the way, he's standing 10 toes on it. Like Volkov is saying, like, I think the sport is more about entertainment now, and they don't appreciate the arts. And I want to showcase like they appreciate it. No, There's no appreciation of what the hell you're doing in this fight.
Dude, it's heavyweight's in a weird spot right now, especially with Gable coming up, come couple weeks.
It's a lot better than it was last year. A hell of a lot better than it was last year.
I'm excited, dude, because it's like I think we're moving past these blobs like Lewis. Like it's almost like a passing of the torch moment.
You think he
Like,
retires or should?
You have to, bro. You have to. Like this other fighter that we'll go into right after should also consider retirement. Like what the hell is left for you, dude? Like
You're an older American fighter right now, and you just fought at the White House. Speaking of, we're going to Michael Chandler in a moment.
Yeah. Like
Gaethje, Lewis, Chandler. What more do you want?
Like, yeah, call it quits. That's awesome. Like, Gaethje's the only one that was really able to bask in all that glory, unfortunately. But like I don't know, man. Lewis, like I thought he was gonna kind of phone it in. I think Lewis believes too much in his knockout power, and that's it. I don't think he tries to really play a smart fight. I think he really times on that lucky shot. But like you said, I think Hokett's distance management was really good. This fight actually got the most recognition. I think this fight actually broke mainstream because of the shit Hokett was saying at the end of the fight with the Michelle Obama thing.
It's gone ridiculous, yeah. He called her a man.
He called her a man. He called Brittany Griner a man. I think he called one other woman a man. I think.
He said those on the mic?
Yeah, remember Brittany Griner? I think he said that or did he say that in his Contender Series fight?
No, I remember that. Yeah. I thought you were talking about now. I was like, I thought he brought those back now. I only heard the Michelle Obama one.
Yeah, no. The Michelle Obama one broke mainstream. Like everyone's.
I thought he was like full on going like straight like face for a moment instead of heel, and then he went AWOL.
Well, yeah, he's like, oh, fucking do the speech. Michelle Obama's a man. I didn't know. It's a good like clip, I guess, if you care about
I
it.
remember him for it. It's unnecessary. Like it doesn't make sense.
I think it's a little bit
why
more
he's doing it because of like I get his thought process. I understand how he got to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There are other ways that we could have promoted ourselves, but on a marketing standpoint, you cannot lie to yourself and say an objective, logical marketing standpoint that is going to benefit you tremendously on the sole basis of hate or love. One way or the other.
That's his whole brand, dude. Hokett's brand is bad publicity, is good publicity. Like, I mean, love it or hate it. Like, my girlfriend's mom doesn't give a fuck about the UFC, and she knows who he is now.
Exactly. So, there you go. Notoriety is big for him.
Yeah. So, I mean, good for Hokett. I would love to see him, like we're talking like a while from now, but I would love to see him go against like a guy like more his level. Like I'd love to see him versus Gable, just like two crazy fucking athletes. I can't wait to Blades. Man. Like the Blades fight was good, dude. Like, oh my god, you got to put this dude with like just athletically talented heavyweights. Like I think he just thrives in that chaos, dude.
We've only got fights for him coming up. Nothing else.
Yeah. No, honestly, he's not. You are not going to see a bad Hokett fight. Yeah. Knock on wood. For at least anything. But yeah, Mauricio Ruffy versus Chandler. He couldn't get McGregor. He got Brazilian McGregor.
Sacrifice of the year.
Yeah.
Sacrifice of the year.
So stupid.
They sent him out to die. That was it. You're dead. There's nothing about it. No chance. Didn't look like there was a chance. Literally didn't have any success in the fight. I think Derek Lewis had more success. I'm not even joking.
Yeah. No.
Chandler had the little Superman punch off the cage, and Ruffy literally just stared at him.
Dude, it was. I like. Look, my thought for Chandler to win. I'm like, you see BSD expose the grappling. Maybe he'll try to grapple more. Which, to be fair, he did, but he didn't commit to those shots at all. It's like he's like.
Wrestler. If he got him, first of all, hopefully his takedown defense is a lot better in that situation. He's improving obviously tremendously. He was reversing BSD in the grappling, and Chandler's jiu-jitsu is zero. People that thought Chandler was going to hold him down, get something going, no, he could take him down, and that's it. Nothing was going to happen from there.
Yeah, and
that's if he could take him down. He couldn't.
Which his shot entries were weird because especially like. The benefit of the cage is you can rush them into the cage. You could power them into the cage, close your grip, and then start going to work. And he's done that before, but it seems like he just kind of like hit the cancel button halfway through the shot.
Yeah, because he's 40, hasn't been ridiculously active, hasn't won in a while, and then on top of it, he's fighting a guy who has some of the best distance management in the sport.
Dude, Ruffy is one of the best counter punchers I've seen in recent time.
Wait to see how this is gonna look when he goes forward right now.
Who does Ruff even fight?
Could be Ilya. That could be another one.
Could be Ilya.
That's a big one, but I don't know. Like it depends on how this whole thing is situated. Like Holloway's busy with McGregor. There's really no one else defending their spot at the top because they're already booked. So it's not going to be Oliveira. It's not going to be Arman. We'll see.
Do you think he should fight the loser of Benoit Patty?
You can't fight Benoit again. If you have an opportunity to fight Patty, you do. I don't think Patty would deserve that fight if he loses 2 in a row.
Yeah.
The more I'm thinking about that Patty Benoit fight, I might change my prediction to Patty. So we'll see.
Yeah, right now I have Benoit. I don't have Patty winning, but yeah, because I think Gamrot's booked against Quill and Salkild.
That's gonna happen. I mean, Salkild called him out. Gamrot wants it, so we'll see if the UFC.
Gamrot's in camp too. He just announced today.
Huh?
Gamrot's in camp like right now.
Oh, it's huge. That's massive.
Yeah.
So hopefully August.
Yeah.
If not September. Could be one or the other.
Let me double check. You could give him a hooker fight.
Wait, I'll go Bo Nickel Kyle Dawkins. Like Nickel knocked this guy out embarrassingly. Like it was just exactly what you would have expected, to be honest. And I thought it was gonna be a bit more competitive from Kyle, but he looked like the moment was kind of wearing on him. I think he actually looked pretty okay on the feet in terms of timing, but like that's it. He didn't really get anything going. And Bo swings wild on the feet. He landed that left beautifully. Ends up getting the right hook, followed through right after. The right hook actually looked clean. The wrestling, everything I thought, except I didn't think he was gonna knock him out. I thought he was gonna wrestle him. I love Bo's takedowns because they're so awkward with his entry. But Bo like knows the placement of the body so well, having wrestled his whole life. He knows where you need to be in order to take you down. Like his entry off, I think it was like an overhand or something to get that throw right on Dawkins. It was an accident. But it was like, it's like muscle memory for him, bro. He knows where the weight's supposed to be and he can capitalize on it. And he looked good. He didn't look, this was definitely a better Bo Nickel performance that we've seen. I thought Kyle Dawkins, I don't know, people like this was like the one people had going that could have gone either way. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really consider Dawkins the best opposition Bo Nickel could have received, to be honest with you. But
the thing with Bo Nickel is he's afraid to get hit. And you could see based on his entries, he is very timid in terms of getting hit in these fights. And if he has a bit more confidence in that regard, his wrestling entries are going to improve insanely. And then you're going to see him start ragdolling people.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I don't know. Apparently people are saying this is going to get him a shot in the rankings. I think he needs to fight someone in the rankings to break into the rankings, honestly.
Right now, it's time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. But like I think these are some winnable fights for him. Like you could give him Ikram Aliskerov. I think it's a very winnable fight for Bo. Honestly, like I don't rate Ikram striking all that highly. Roman Dolidze could be a little tougher of an ask, but I think that's a nice soft launch into the top 15. But I don't think you should go past the top 15. Like, let's stay away from the top 10. Let's stay away from the top 12.
No, minimize it. Get the easiest matchup you can for him. You tried with RDR, it didn't work. Try narrowing something down right now.
Yeah, because I'm looking
at him versus Adesanya.
I hate that, but I could see that. But I really hope they don't. But I hope they don't do that, dude. But maybe. I mean, yeah, I'm looking at this right now. Gregory Rodriguez, you should not give him Cannonier.
Oh hell no.
It's risky. Whitaker is gone.
You gotta limit it as much as possible, so we'll see.
Yeah, not a lot of good matchups for Bob. You gotta give him some time. Honestly, put him up against a good wrestler. That's what I think you should do. Make him stand on the feet more. Let him get used to, because two wrestlers obviously are gonna end up in a striking match. Let him get used to getting hit more. Yeah. Just like feel comfortable just absorbing shots, because you saw it with Brock Lesnar too. These wrestlers, they don't like it. It throws off their rhythm. And that's why I think like the Sambo guys have such a benefit, because they're used to grappling with the strikes.
Yeah, I think Aliskerov is a good matchup for him because Aliskerov is very, very chinny. I think he's an overrated wrestler as well. I think Roman Dolidze is a good matchup for him, but Roman can be a little bit of a headache on the ground for him, so it could be weird. I don't know, and he's a bit heavy. I think it's either Aliskerov or they do Adesanya.
Adesanya would be a fun one.
Yeah.
Adesanya would be a fun one, but
we'll see.
I don't know. That's a winnable fight for Adesanya too, I think.
I think he'd be the underdog. I think Adesanya would be the underdog.
He would, but it's very winnable.
Yeah.
If Bo Nickel knocks out Izzy,
I think he submits him.
That I could see.
Yeah.
Fuck it. If
he knocks him out, wrap it up.
Yeah, I know. Call it quits, dude. And yeah, last fight on the card, fucking banger of a opening card fight to this. Diego Lopez for Steve Garcia. I had Diego Lopez by knockout. I thought it was too much for Garcia too soon. I love the styles that they brought into this fight. I think it's like the perfect opener. Like we brought a few people's like at my buddy's house, like people that didn't give a fuck about the sport. This was what to watch. Like it was, no better event you can ask to open up the card. Diego Lopez looked phenomenal in the second round. First round, in my opinion, I think he looked a little cautious. Steve Garcia, like he is 34. He kind of proved that he kind of belongs to the top dogs, though. I really hope this doesn't detract his career too much. You don't think so?
He fought timid. He fought a distance fight that, he wasn't really getting anything back from Lopez, and Lopez was fighting on the back foot, making the same mistakes he was against Volkanovski. Timid, not aggressive, not trying to shove into a firefight here. And he literally said at the end of the fight, like after he won, nobody could beat me inside the pocket. Nobody could beat me in a fight, in a firefight, in a war. He's right. It's difficult too, because this guy's chin he's made of granite, and all of a sudden you get inside the pocket with him. Sure, let's say you drop him. Let's say you drop him. You're in his guard. Have fun.
Yeah.
I'm not playing this game with him, right? Like, so I can't stand when Lopez isn't going to be aggressive and he's fighting timid and he's fighting on the back foot and he's not pushing that pace. So that first round was super frustrating to watch. A lot of frustrating rounds to watch in this card, regardless of how great it was. Like, just on a technical standpoint, watching as a fan, like, what the hell's going on? Yeah. And he ends up brawling, and then, he's a better chin, he's a better brawler, he's a better finisher.
I think he needed some time to like really see, like, can I take these shots? Can I start throwing crazy in the pocket?
Yeah.
Because second, it was kind of letting loose. What was weird though is because like you see him training with the Oklahoma, University of Oklahoma guys, like Wyatt Hendrickson and all them, and you thought it was going to be like not you, but like you would think it was going to be a more wrestling heavy approach. I think he shot like one lazy little single leg and then bailed
early on, yeah.
And that was it. And I'm like,
he's more of a body lock guy. It's like Oliveira. It's like Moicano. Like a lot of the Brazilians aren't really that great in terms of like getting the doubles and singles chained up. Oliveira's been better with his doubles recently, but it's mainly body locks, like really strong body lock takedowns. And
yeah.
I expect that maybe he gets a sequence, but like my thing with like submission is like it's club and sub more than likely. Like Garcia can go down and out, but Lopez could end up jumping the neck. You'll say, I don't know, but it ends up knocking him out.
Yeah, no, I agree. Great win for Lopez. Like I do kind of agree with the commentary though, because they were like the wrestling, like you doing wrestling too much, it might make you like kind of like stray away from the style that made you great. And you kind of did see that a little bit in round one. So I got a little nervous, but I mean, it's Lopez. I think you have to run the Volk trilogy. I think everyone wants to see that. That's it's a badass fight. The fans need to see what would happen if they fought 3 times, dude.
I can't do this again, man. I can't do this. I can't keep doing this shit.
You hope
for Voyev to beat Volkanovski, not as a fan, but like in terms of like being able to set that up, and then that's the next fight, one way or the other.
Yeah, but like that's the thing, right? Lopez is in such a weird spot. Who the hell does he fight now?
He wants to go to lightweight, and he said it's going to be difficult for him to get a shot at featherweight. And he understands that, so he wants to fight lightweight. He said he'd be willing to fight anybody in the bottom of the top 15, even if it means that. Right now, who else is there at featherweight? Like Aljamain Sterling is going to be there, so you could do Aljo versus Lopez if Aljo's not getting a title shot, and that's a title eliminator. You also have Yair, you have Jean Silva, so there are a couple things to happen right now. Yair's coming off of a win too, so you have that.
I forgot about Yair because this motherfucker's hiding from everybody.
I want to forget about him.
I want to forget about him, but he should.
It's a headache with this guy, man.
Coulon. He needs to fight him, bro. There was so much build up. Like, yeah, I don't think he will. Yair's what is Yair? What does Yair even want his career to be, bro? Like, you're not getting a title
shot again. Make the fight, Yair, Diego Lopez, go from there.
Yeah, do that. I just don't think he will. I think he's scared of opposition, and I think Lopez will embarrass him if they fight. Like, I get Yair fucking out of here, dude. Like, I'm looking at the rankings right now. You could do an Arnold Allen. Maybe
that too, but I feel like I don't know.
It's a little low.
There's a guy higher up on a couple wins. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. That's like the only one I'm seeing because Gene Silva, you don't really want to do a rematch. It's not
going to do a rematch immediately like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Lerone. I don't know.
Lerone John Silva.
Lerone John Silva. I could see that. I think that's a better fight to make.
I think it's happening soon too.
Yeah, that's a better fight. I like that. I think Lerone actually is in camp now that you mentioned that. So
for sure,
that makes sense. But yeah, yeah, man. That I think is about the whole card. I mean, yeah, closing out your thoughts. Any closing thoughts?
Sport doesn't exist. It's fake.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Fake sport.
I agree.
I
This
watched Khamzat Chimaev and Ilya Taporia lose to two Americans that are over 35 years old, 35 years and older.
that have been beaten
It's not a real
multiple
sport.
times.
It's not a real sport.
It's so weird, dude. I don't know. Like the Ilya loss really did kind of like leave it on a sour ending for me. But this was a phenomenal card from start to finish.
Best ever.
Like best ever. Like, you know, I gotta respect it. Dana did a good job. Dana's production team did a good job. Yeah, dude. I don't know. Like, I mean, this is gonna be kind of a good summer, man. Next week next week's gonna be a good one. You got Cop versus
everything leading up right now. Next 3 weeks is gonna be heaven. It's those two fight night cards. I think we might have a break, or it might be 3 fight night. I don't know. I don't give a shit. Connor's coming.
Connor's coming. I'm so excited for Connor. Connor did get a promo, actually. Let's leave off with that. Connor did cut a promo.
It was beautiful. They're gonna release the whole video on YouTube soon.
Good. I'm so excited about that, dude. Connor McGregor. With how Year of the Underdogs, bro. Does Connor get the win? Does Connor, big bro, Max Holloway, dude? I'm quite.
I'll have my whole head and hair and face and beard painted in the Irish flag when I go there live. So
yeah, dude. If Connor wins, out of respect for the sport, I'm gonna have to delete my channel, delete all the other projects I have. I love McGregor, but what the fuck? If that happens, oh my God. But yeah, I appreciate you, DBM. Great first episode, and yeah,
can't wait for the next.
Of course,
I'll be recording it literally right after McGregor too.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be bad, bro. I'll need to talk to you about the scheduling on that too, because I think we're both gonna be traveling that weekend, so we'll figure something out. But
Sure.
But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and yeah, see you guys later.